political debates that consume the modern world are three-way conversations between European, Chinese, and hybrid American perspectives, rather than simply internal European disputes that spread globally. The question of slavery emerges in this timeline, but unfolds differently. Chinese civilization practiced various forms of servitude, but not the racialized chattel slavery that defined American history in our timeline. When Chinese colonists need labor for American plantations and mines, they use a combination of coerced indigenous labor, criminal convict labor, and contract workers from China. This is brutal and oppressive, but lacks the specific racial justification of African slavery. European colonies in this timeline still import African slaves, but on a smaller scale because European colonies are smaller. The transatlantic slave trade exists but is reduced. This changes the demographic composition of the Americas and the global African diaspora. Millions of people who were enslaved and transported in our timeline instead remain in Africa or experience different but still oppressive conditions. The abolition movements that emerged in the 19th century in our world have different targets here. Chinese labor practices in America, while not chattel slavery, are severely exploitative. Reform movements arise both in China proper and in Chinese America, demanding better treatment for workers. These movements interact with European anti-slavery movements and with indigenous American resistance to labor coercion. The moral and political debates are complex because they must navigate different cultural frameworks about labor, freedom, and human dignity. The result is a more gradual and regionally varied elimination of the most exploitative labor practices rather than the dramatic legal abolitions that occurred in our history. Religious development takes unexpected turns. Christianity, which in our timeline spread to the Americas through European colonization, has much less influence here. Chinese American colonies are predominantly Buddhist, Taoist, Confucian, and folk religion mixed with indigenous beliefs. Christianity arrives with European colonists, but is confined to small European enclaves. Some Christian missionaries work in Chinese-controlled areas, but with limited success. The religious map of the Americas is fundamentally different, predominantly Asian religions rather than Christianity.